Y equals 6/7 x minus 6.
That's it. All we had to do is just rewrite it as mx plus b, replace the slope by this number, and replace the positive b by negative 6. And that's all we did.
I do have one question.
Please.
The previous question about the 7 slope, would it be wrong to write 7/1?
No, if you want to use the slope to graph it, no. If you remember, we said that any number can be written as whatever over 1. Very good. Good. Okay, the same problem. Aha. Find the equation of the line with the slope undefined. So m is undefined. And the x-intercept is 6, 0. Very good. So if we are asked to determine a line whose slope is undefined, what would you think of immediately?
Horizontal.
Careful.
I'm
Slope
sorry,
vertical line. Very good. So this must be a vertical. And what is the vertical line that passes through this point?
6.
It has to be.
X equals 6.
Indeed. So this is the vertical line that passes through 6, 0. And of course it has a slope that is undefined because it's vertical. Is this okay? Okay. Find the equation of the line with the given slope and y-intercept.
Y equals minus 7.
Okay. So we have the slope equals 0, and it passes to 0, negative 11. So because the slope is 0, this is definitely a horizontal line. Very good. And it passes to this point, so it must be y equals negative 11. Indeed. It's a horizontal line passing to this point. And of course, it has to have a slope of 0 because it's horizontal. Very good. Find the slope and the y-intercept of the line. Good. So we are given 2 points. Now we're going to work independently on this for a minute. Can anyone read those 2 points for us? So this is problem 23 in 4.4.
It's 0, 1, and 1, 0.
Good. So we have 0, 1, and we have 1, 0. And we want to determine the equation of this line. Of course, this is a simple situation, and everything will get a little bit more complicated sooner than you expect. So, can anyone determine the slope, first of all?
Negative.
Negative what?
Negative 1.
Good. So the slope is x2 minus y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. y2 minus y1. 0, negative 1. x2 minus x1. Indeed is negative 1. Because we have this point, which is 0, comma, a number, which is the y-intercept, we can use y equals mx plus b. We can. So, how do we continue? How do we write the equation of this line?
Slope is negative 1, so y equals negative x plus 1.
So y equals negative x plus 1. This is it. Good? Moving on. Any questions, anybody? Good. Let's share. Good. Find the slope and y-intercept of the line whose graph is shown to the right. Then use these to write an equation of the line. So can anyone read the points to us?
You got 0, 0, and then you got 2 minus 3.
Good. So we have 0, 0, and 2, negative 3. Good. So let's determine the slope and the y and the equation. Now, knowing that the line will pass through the origin, what is so special about it? What do we remember? What did we say? That if a line passes through the origin, the line does not have a free term. The line will not have a free term because this is 0. So it will be y equals la 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 x, because this is 0. Good. So can anyone give us the slope?
Negative 3 or 2.
Yes, negative 3 minus 0 over 2 minus 0. So it's negative 3 halves or negative 3 halves. Good. And now can anyone give us the equation of this line passing through the given points and having the slope?
Y equals negative 3 halves x.
That's it. So a line that does not have a free term, of course, it will pass through the origin. Good. Okay, just a few left here, so let's see. So you have all possibilities. Graph the equation using any method you wish. Okay, graph the equation. Okay, find the value of the missing coefficient in the following equation. So this is 27 on 4.4. And we have 7x plus cy equals 12. So that the line will have a slope of 1/2. So they're asking us to find c such that this line has a slope of 1/2. Okay. Any suggestions? How do we address this issue?
Minus 7x.
Yes, so we have to solve for y first. That's exactly what we're going to do. So we have cy equals negative 7x plus 12. So we move 7x to the other side. Perfect. Next step.
Divide by c.
Indeed. Please do not write a fraction line. No, we have to divide term by term. This divided by c, this divided by c, and this divided by c. They're telling us that the slope has to be 1/2. So this negative 7c over c must equal 1/2. How do we call this? This is super special, and only in this we are allowed to apply. Say it again. Say it again.
Negative 14.
So this is a proportion,
Cross multiply.
and only in a proportion we can cross multiply. Carefully, you have to pick. The negative sign goes to the top or goes to the bottom. You cannot use it for both because you're changing the sign. So indeed, negative 7 times 2 is negative 14 equals c times 1, which is c. So c is indeed negative 14. Very good. Any questions on this problem? Okay, so we enter here as negative 14. Okay? Moving on. Let's see what else is in here. The same thing. Okay, so let's work on 29. The cost of driving a car includes both fixed costs and mileage costs. Assume that it costs $176.10 per month for insurance and car payments, and 49 cents per mile for gasoline, oil, and routine maintenance. Find values for M and B so that Y equals MX plus B models the monthly cost of driving the car X miles. So let me just mention something here. Total cost is made out of two pieces. Variable cost plus fixed cost. Fixed is just a number. The variable cost depends on the number of miles we drive. Depends on X. If I don't drive the car, then I only have fixed costs. But if I drive the car, I pay to drive the car for each mile. And this is the total cost. So how do we write this setup? Again, this has to depend on X, it's variable. And it's the number of miles times the cost per mile. And the fixed cost is fixed, is just a number, does not depend on X. And it's the maintenance and other things like insurance, and we have no cost of gas, and so on and so forth. So, coming back to the problem, it says that it costs $176.10 per month, so that's the fixed, 176.10, and 49 cents per mile. And they want us to write an equation. So the variable cost is 49 cents per mile. And let's call the total cost Y. How would you write an equation that represents the total cost?
0.49 x plus 176.10.
This is it. So what does 0.49 represent then in this equation?
Per month.
There is the slope.
Okay.
That is the slope. And remember, the slope always is like a rate of change. It always has two measurement units, two measurement units. It's a ratio. Because it's a ratio, that's why it has two measurement units. One coming from the Y variable, the measurement unit of the Y variable, divided by the measurement unit of the X variable, because it's rise over run. So in this case, the rise is given in dollars. The run is given in miles. So that's why this is dollars per mile. This is not dollars or miles. This is the cost per mile. So please remember, it's a rate of change. It has two measurement units because it's a ratio. The top measurement unit comes from the rise or from the Y variable. The bottom measurement unit comes from the run or the X variable. So that's why 0.49 is in dollars per mile. Dollars per mile times mile will be dollars, and dollars plus dollars will be dollars. So please remember, the rate of change has two measurement units because it's a ratio. Okay, what are they asking again? Okay, the slope, we got the slope, it's 0.49. Type an integer or a decimal. This is not good. They should have allowed us to choose, or they should have entered. The slope is not 0.49. It's 0.49 if there are no connections to real life situation. If it's an abstract problem. But this is incorrect. It's $0.49 per mile. Okay? Part B. Okay. No, we're still in part A. Find the values of M and B, la la la. So can anyone give us the B value? Which is in dollars, and it should mention dollars.
176.10.
176.10. Good. And now part B. What does the value of B represent? The rate of change? No. It's not a rate of change. It doesn't have two measurement units. It's not a ratio. The fixed cost? Yeah. This is possible. Of owning the car for 1 month without driving it.
Mhm.
Part C, the optimal cost of, no. Part D, the total cost, no.
B.
B. Good. I'm having a terrible time in my calculus class making students understand that every rate of change has two measurement units. They still say that they drive at 60 miles, which is not possible. No one can drive at 60 miles. We drive at 60 miles per hour. That is possible because it's a rate of change of distance with respect to time. Good. Write an equation that models the described quantity. Specify what each variable represents. Okay, a worker has already earned $500 and is being paid $9 per hour. $9 per hour, two measurement units. This must be what if it has two measurement units?
Ratio, or,
Exactly, the slope. Exactly. Good. So then can anyone give us an expression for what we just looked at?
y equals 9x plus 5.
That's it. Good. The annual fixed cost, assuming the car is paid for, and the cost to drive, right? Okay, this is the same with what we just did. A rental company, same thing, $22 plus 6 cents per mile. Write a linear equation that relates the cost C in dollars of renting the truck for X number of miles driven. What is the cost of renting? If it's driven this and this. Good, I think we should work on this. A rental company rents a moving truck for 1 day by charging $22 plus 6 cents per mile. 6 cents per mile. Two measurement units. So how do I write the cost? They want C. They don't want us to use Y. It doesn't matter. 22 per day and 6 cents, 0.06 per mile.
We 0.06x plus 22.
This is excellent because this should always be first. So in descending order of the powers of the variable, as we discussed a long time ago, this should always be the first term. The free term should always be the second term, always. Is it a mistake to write? No, it's not. But if you want to identify the slope, then you have to have it in the correct order. If you want to identify the y-intercept, you should have it in the correct order. So this is the formula for the cost. Okay, now let's see what they want. Use integers or decimals for any numbers in the expression. Do not include the dollar symbol. Okay, the dollar sign. Good, perfect. So I want to enter, what do I want to enter? Windows 6X?
That's 60.
Yes, 06X and plus 22. Good. Well, let's see what they want next. What is the cost of renting the truck if the truck is driven 194 miles? Okay, so please remember what we did before. What is going on here? What is this? Okay, so please, 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 I cannot beg you enough. Go to y equals, clear. 0.06x. I've recorded this and it's posted for some time. Enter the function or the equation in y equals. And then just simply do second and table and enter whatever they want. And they want 194 and 385. 194 and 385. Don't do this by hand. You may enter something wrong. Who knows? So for x equals 194, the cost of 194 is $33.64. For x equals 385, C of 385 is 45.1. Okay, so this is the best thing to do. You will see the function, you make sure it's entered correctly, and all you have to do is second and table. And you get your answers. And they put the cost. And that's all you need to do. The total rainfall, okay, we have the formula. How much rainfall was there at noon? Okay. What is the y-intercept? What is the slope? Okay. I think we're okay with this. Okay, this is the same type of problem. Yep, the same type of problem. We can always go back to any problem you feel like it. Okay, the same type of problem. Finding a formula. Okay, so they give the equation. How many minutes daily did the region spend on their mobile devices? Okay, so I don't think there is any issue. You have the formula, you just have to plug in the minutes. Okay, so let's look at the last item before we start reviewing for test 2. Okay, so this is slightly, the last one is a little bit more sophisticated.